So over the last few months, I've realized that almost 70% of my work I used to do manually in email marketing business for my coaches, consultants, and course creators can now be handled by AI. And that means writing emails faster, right? Generating better subject lines, building automations, and even coming up with campaign ideas. So different kind of ideas from different kind of angles in just minutes or seconds sometimes, okay? Instead of hours and weeks and months, right? Now, you might be wondering, why exactly should you listen to me, or why exactly should you listen on exactly what I have to say about AI, okay? So here's the thing. I've worked with 100 plus clients across platforms such as MailChimp, HubSpot, and Go High Level, and I've earned over 70k plus total earnings on Upwork by perfecting these kind of exact AI driven systems and engines, okay? So that's why in this video, okay, I'm going to show you the 4 AI tools that I personally use, which is ChatGPT, Google Gemini, and Cloud and Perplexity, right? Plus other tools that I'm going to show you, which are really special. So stick with me, right? And I'm going to reveal to you the one specific workflow that saves me more time than anything else, right? So here's exactly how I have built my entire process from the ground up, right? So let's start with one AI tool that everyone knows and everyone has heard of it, okay? But few actually use it correctly. And this is ChatGPT, okay, which I call it the brain, okay? Now I use ChatGPT as my primary creative partner for drafting the bones of my emails, right? So the email structures and stuff like that. And I don't ask it to write an email for me, because that's exactly how you get the boring robotic kind of emails that sound really bad and off. So instead, I ask it to roleplay as my customer avatar, right, and tell me the deepest fears, the deepest pain points, and the deepest beliefs and stuff like that, which I will be using in the email to tackle the pain points, to tackle the objections and stuff like that. So I use it to brainstorm different angles of ideas, come up with different kind of stories in different kind of ways for a single promotion in just seconds, right? And it can help you come out with outputs that you have never seen before. So it's not about replacing my brain, it's not about using ChatGPT to create emails, but it's about multiplying my output. So having your own come up, like you have your own idea, when you input it in ChatGPT, it can come up with different varieties of ideas around the same angle or around different kind of angles. But while ChatGPT is the great tool for ideas and stuff like that, I need something else that I want to humanize the writing, and that's exactly where Cloud the writer comes in. Now when it comes to actual storytelling and natural writing, the flow of the email, okay, Cloud is my secret weapon. Now I'm not saying that Cloud writes completely, okay, it humanizes the writing completely. No, because you need also to apply personalization in the email, come up with the direct tone of the person that you're writing for, knowing exactly more about your target audience more than ever, right? So that also needs the writer, having a copywriter instead, right? But you can also use as a beginner copywriter or in an intermediate copywriter. Cloud is good. Like Cloud Cowork is good, okay? So if ChatGPT is the logic engine, Cloud is the beginner or intimate copywriter, okay, intermediate copywriter. So I feed Cloud my rough notes. So for example, I just rewrite an email or rewrite the idea and stuff like that on the email structure and stuff like that, or a voice transcript on the instructions and everything that I want the email to be, and it turns all that into a conversational, natural flowing masterpiece, right? And sometimes even storytelling masterpiece. And here's the thing, right? Cloud understands nuances, it understands tone, and the spoken feel that we talk about in these presentations or in these videos, right? Cloud understands that really well. That's why I use Cloud above all. So I use it to polish my emails so they sound like me on my best days, or they sound like my clients' avatars on the best days, right? So it saves me hours of editing and tweaking sentences, and that's the really good thing I like about Cloud. However, though, okay, sometimes I need data and facts to back up my stories and the claims that has been written by Cloud, or the claims that I come up with, and that's where this exact next tool comes in, which is Perplexity, right? Which I call it the ninja, because Perplexity is the tool that I use to do market research, okay? Because market research for me, it used to take me days of scrolling through forums, I don't know, on Facebook, on Quora, I go through different videos on YouTube and checking the comment section, reading different platforms and blogs, right? Perplexity to do it in just seconds, right? And instead of wasting hours. Now I'm not saying the real research, you should not go and do the real research of your own about that, but the thing is, you need also to use platforms like this, because they can give you different things that you cannot see, right? So I asked it to find the top 5 most common objections for a specific coaching niche or a specific consulting niche or something like that, real estate. It depends to the kind of niche or industry, okay? Or I asked it to find real world statistics that prove the problem I am solving is getting worse, or the problem that I'm solving can be solved, or something like that, right? And then it gives me cited sources, right? It gives me good output and real-time data that makes my emails feel authoritative and grounded, right? So you just have some proof on there on the emails with different sites and different angles that you can really find on the internet. You cannot find it just by going and searching it out. It will take you months to find different sources just like that, okay? So it's like having a full-time research assistant in my pocket or in my hands, right? So but research is useless unless you can connect it to the real current trends that what is happening right now, okay? Maybe if it's in 2026, connecting it the research with the events that are happening right now is the no-brainer, which brings us to Gemini, which is the analyst, okay? So for me, I use Gemini specifically for its real-time connection to Google ecosystem. What do I mean? Okay, so what I mean is that I use it to see what people are searching for right now in the coaching space or probably in any niche, right? So this depends. For my niches are coaching and consulting and course creating space, right? So it helps me stay ahead of the curve, and it helps me niche down the emails with the pain points and exactly like showing people what the external world and how their own world, the internal world, actually conflicts or actually resonates, right? So that feels this it actually feels timely and relevant to them, right? So I also use it to quickly summarize long form YouTube videos or the videos that I find for my clients that they send to me and they want those videos or those content ideas to be turned into emails. So I use that one for those long YouTube videos and articles, turning them into email size called and nuggets, right? Very valuable. So it's how I keep my content fresh without spending all day on social media. Now I promise to show you the one workflow that ties all of these AI tools together, right? And that workflow here it is, okay? So here is the exact sequence that I use to place 70% of my work, okay? So step 1 is using Perplexity, as I say, to find a pain point that is trending right now. Second is I use ChatGPT to brainstorm different ideas, different angles, different story angles that bridge the pain that I found for Perplexity to my offer or to the offer that I'm running. And then third step is feeding my favorite angle that I found from ChatGPT, okay, into Cloud to write me an actual email in my voice in the direct tone that I exactly want. I'm giving it a draft so that it can come up with the exact tone, right? And then step 4 is using Gemini to generate maybe the second client, okay, that is optimized for current search trend or something like that. And now so that is the entire process, and it just takes me literally less than 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It's just that quick. Now what used to be a full day of grinding is now a quick like creative sprint because AI is in here. You can use Menace also with the writing of the email and stuff like that. So if you want the exact prompts that I use for each of these steps, you need to be in the Conversion newsletter, which is actually free. You don't need to have money or to pay for it, okay? The link is in the description, okay? I'm dropping the full AI email vault this week for free in there. So hit the like button, subscribe, stop working harder and start working smarter, okay? The link is in the description. Check it out on the Conversion newsletter, and I hope you find value from this. If you have any questions, if you have any ideas, just let me know in the comment section, and I will see you on the next one. Peace out.